you feel something cold coming, and then you forget everything, you're gone.
Yeah.
And you can be for 15 half an hour a day. I think that is like that's everything is finishing. You don't know any.
We are talking about being conscious, and so there is difference between conscious and being in the physical form. Some people understand that difference, and they understand that you are a conscious being rather than experiencing a physical world, rather than a physical person experiencing a consciousness. So there's difference between the understanding there.
Yeah.
If you feel that you are the physical form, that you are the body, yeah, and then it's very difficult to understand the conscious form. But if you believe that you are a conscious form and having an experience of the physical world, then you can understand it much easily. So the perception is the most important thing. So you have to change the perception first. The first step is towards self-realization, is to perceive that this physical world is not you. You always say my body. You never say my mind.
Yeah, true. Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You say my hand, yeah, my house, my wife,
Yeah.
my country. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always, so who is the my in there? So you understand the difference too?
No.
So you say my bottle.
Yeah.
So my bottle. So there are two things. Yeah. So there is one my and there is bottle. Similarly, you say my body.
My body. Yeah.
So that means the body is different from mine.
Very hard to perceive, digest it, is it really?
Isn't it? You are saying that my bottle, so bottle is different and my is different. And similarly, you're just replacing the bottle with your body and you say my body. Yeah. So that means that the body is different from my. What is that my inside you and where does it reside?
Yeah.
And all those religious people, saints have looked into this thing and they realize that there's no place inside you where the my exists. Yeah, because it goes away. When you're sleeping, where is my?
Yeah.
But your body is functioning properly. Your body is healthy and it's perfect.
Otherwise, you'll be dead.
That's right. So where is the my at when you're sleeping? And where is the my when your body stops functioning? Because it does not reside inside you. It is just an experience that you're going through in a physical form. That's why it's futile to think that you are the body. Yeah. But it's, again, you have to consider your body as a temple, or you should consider your body as a gift to you from the Almighty or from the one who runs. So it's a gift to you, and you have to make sure that it runs healthy.
And you look after it.
You look after it. If you don't look after it, you are like not being nice to the person who gave you a gift. It's like someone gave some good gift to you on your birthday, and you're just not using it properly. You're just abusing that particular gift. You're just throwing it away. And how would that person who gave you the gift feel about that?
Yeah.
If I gave you a gift and you threw it away, not using it properly, how would I feel?
Or give it to someone else.
Give it to someone else to use. So it'll feel pretty bad. Similarly, the Almighty has given you this body. You need to use it properly every day. And you have to make sure that it remains healthy. If you're not being healthy, that means you're not following your religion.
So health, you think, has got a lot to do with religion, which with your beliefs. I believe in that, because when you look at the world around us, too many people are very materialistic. They only think of which car they get, how would they buy in the house, what they do, this and that. They are only thinking of those things.
Yeah, there is a big reason behind it. Why do people want a new car all the time? Why do people want to be having more money all the time? Why do they want something new all the time?
They looking for something always.
Yeah, what they are looking for is called the peace. It's not happiness.
No, that's right, yeah.
Being happy is not being
Being materialistic, you don't find peace.
Yeah, and that's what everyone
pleasure for a while. Afterwards,
it goes away. And the peace, or you can say in a more spiritual way, the bliss that you're looking for is the thing that comes momentarily with all the physical things around you. Like when a mother has given birth to a child, she isn't going through pain, isn't it?
Yeah.
But she is happy at the same time. So what is the correlation between pain and being happy also? Yes. People have physical relations and they go through a singular phase of orgasm, and at that point, they feel good, and that is the bliss that they feel, but it's not existent anymore after that activity is gone. If you buy a new car, the thrill of buying a new car
Is there.
is there, but as soon as you start driving it, next day the thrill is gone. You're not going to rush for it.
And then they want the best of everything inside them, which they never use.
So you get a car, and then you want another car. You get a car, and then you want alloy wheels also.
Yeah.
You get a car, and you want the higher version of it.
And
You buy a phone, you want a better version of it next time.
I know that's when you see the was immediately a new one comes.
And then they discard the previous one and go for the next one.
I only want to ring people or people ring me. That's what I'm interested
That's
in.
correct. Yeah. So the main reason why people are moving from one thing to other is not the thing itself. What they're looking for is a satisfaction or a bliss, the happiness that comes from it.
Yeah.
And if there is something that can bring you a permanent happiness or permanent stabilization of your mind, that's what is called reaching nirvana or being at peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we say when a person dies out,
It does not come from the material things around.
it will not come from it.
It's something much deeper.
That's right. The more you ask for it, the more you are going to get. The Lord is so giving that it will give you everything you want, and He keep on giving you all the time. But the thing is, the more you ask, the more you're getting confused. The only thing you need to ask from the Lord is, put me in peace.
That's why I think doing voluntary work around is very helpful to you.
That's right.
Because you're giving and you get back.
That's right. Yeah. That's what you are getting. So when you are giving something up, that means that you have enough in you. And that's why a lot of people do the giving. So they donate a lot, and that's the reason they feel like they are doing something.
Yeah.
And when you are giving, you feel bigger.
That don't talk about what they are giving, they are more blessed too.
Yeah.
Because if you're giving something and you're talking about it, I mean, you're losing it.
So that's the
You
difference.
can still see how good you are amongst the people.
That's the difference between donating and service.
Yeah.
When you're doing service to someone, that means that you feel you are down and you're serving the person who is higher up. Like you serve a king, or you serve a queen, you serve your Lord.
Yeah.
So when you're serving, you're giving up the things in the form of service, then it doesn't allow you to build up a false confidence in, what we call as homa or overconfidence.
Yeah.
And
What they say, you've got to be humble.
humble, yeah. So when you're doing it in the form of service, you kill your ego. So you're not egoistic. And because you do not have ego, you'll be at peace. But when you donate, when you're donating something and you have to post it publicly, that this is what I'm doing, I'm becoming a very good person, I'm becoming very spiritual, becoming more holistic.
Yeah.
And it's not serving the purpose.
Yeah, it's very deep, these things, and it's with the mind.
The problem is
Yeah.
a lot of people feel that it is very deep. And then once you are in that state of being at peace or being in a bliss, then the physical things don't matter to you anymore. Like the physical things include being sad, being happy, being in pain, being not in pain, suffering the physical illness,
So
going through mental illness. All those things are of no worry. You're always in bliss.
it's true what they say, that mind, when somebody is sick, it's important to use their mind properly to improve themselves.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be positive in things in life. Yeah.
Yeah, so the positive and negative doesn't remain when you are in bliss. There's nothing positive or negative. Everything is single. When you make positive and negative, you make two things, but you are considering everything as one. A one single existence, being part of the Lord itself. Like when you're a Catholic, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when Jesus Christ was on this thing, what do you call cross? Yeah, cross. So he nails were put in his arms and he was being stabbed also. How did he get all the courage to be in bliss even at that moment?
Yeah.
How? It's not possible for a human or for any person for that sake to be in such a big pain. Still say that you are being blessed. Still say the person who is hurting you, to think good about that person also. So it is something that is beyond the physical form. And when you understand that physical form is not what you are, That's when you start feeling more at lots of confusing things. The problem with this thing is that it is not definable. So the words are not enough to define this thing. Bliss cannot be defined with words. I'll give you an example. If I am a person who has never tasted salt in my life, whole life, tell me, how would you define salt? You have to tell me what salt is in words. How does it taste?
How it tastes, I don't know if I've never tasted it.
No, you have tasted it. You know what the salt is. But you have to tell it to me now that how does the salt taste? But I have never tasted salt in my life. How are you going to explain it?
Very, very difficult.
It's not only difficult, it's impossible. You cannot.
Yeah.
The words are not enough. The words are comparative only. You can tell only in comparison to what? You can say, oh, okay, I want to tell you about salt. So it's a mixture of, it's not sweet, it's not bitter.
Mm.
You will say that. But is mixing bitter and sweet make salty? No, it will not.
Yeah.
It'll make it bittersweet. But it is in between the two. Yet you cannot define it. Similarly, the bliss is in between being up too high and being too low. It's in between, but it is neither up nor the down.
So the only way that you can,
The only way
the person telling you what to try it.
that's right. That's the answer to it. So until unless you have the bliss yourself, until unless you have observed it and felt it yourself, you cannot understand it.
Yeah,
And that's why we say it is so simple, yet so difficult to define. Yeah.
yeah.
It is so simple, you just touch some salt and put it on your tongue and you know it, that how the salt feels like. But in words, you cannot define it. And that's why we try to define it in different languages, in different ways, comparison to something else. But until unless you do it yourself, you will not understand. And that's a trick. And that's why it said that it's so simple,
Yeah.
yet so complex to define.
Oh, not easy, is it? Not
It is.
easy. Not easy.
Not easy to define, but very easy to accomplish.
Yeah.
All you need to do is understand this.
And you got to have the aim, and you don't waver from the aim.
That's correct. That's correct. That's very important thing. The first thing is to realize. Until unless you don't realize it, then keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on suffering what you're
I
suffering.
just finished reading a book about various people.
Yeah.
They're changing their life